Made a lovely pause at the Redburn Cafe at I think it's called Drumbegan. So this is the road between Glen Shiel and Inverness, and there's a very well behaved dog. He's waiting quietly, keeping an eye on things, aren't you? And it says, "Hi, we are Bane and Ninja. We like to say hello and have a cuddle, but I can be clumsy, and the cat has sharp claws." So I guess the dog is called Bane. You called Bane? Is that your name? Bane. Bane. Bane's a good boy. So we're going to go into the cafe. It says, "Please do not throw stones because I'll eat them, or feed us human food. Welcome to our cafe. Our butlers will be happy to help you." Is that all right? Shall we go and get a cup of coffee? Yeah, good idea. Heading into Inverness city centre on a lovely Tuesday. Promised temperatures of 70 degrees today, so it should be very nice. Got the sun cream on, haven't we? There's lots and lots of cafes and restaurants in the city. Lots of interesting places. Yeah, in case to spot the camel and the elephant on the coat of arms up there. That's looking back down one of the main shopping streets. We've certainly noticed in Inverness there's an awful lot of these shops selling the traditional Scottish items and souvenirs. This one perhaps is a bit of a cut above. They've got lots of Harris tweed items. I like the slippers. They've got some good Harris tweed slippers, yeah. But there's an awful lot of shops like this. So it's quite touristy, but it's also a studenty city as well. Yeah. Quite busy, quite noisy in Inverness. Lots of people working, doing their jobs. There's the Wetherspoons. And we're looking for what is meant to be the largest bookshop, or the largest second-hand bookshop anyway in the UK, or certainly in Scotland. Leakey's. We'll find it in a bit. I think it's down here on the left somewhere. So
but you're not allowed in there if you're on a coach party and you have
No, I think there's a comment that tour operators have been pitching up with coaches with making it a destination for their 30 or 40 or 50 passengers to go in and spend 10 minutes looking around, and they've said they can't cope with it. So they've said you can pre-arrange, you can pre-book things, but you must book in advance if you're going to do that. There's going to be a big group arriving. Can't quite imagine reputable companies just coming up with things like that without agreeing it with the venue first, but clearly that has been going on. So this is Leakey's. Strolling along the embankment at Inverness by the River Ness itself. Very pleased with what we found in Leakey's bookshop. Absolutely fascinating place, and managed to get, well, we bought 2 books, and including a paperback version, the Macmillan edition of Thomas Hardy's Test of the D'Urbervilles, which was the missing one for my little collection. So I was quite very pleased to get that, because I've been looking all over the place for that whenever I've spotted a second-hand bookshop, and finally got it. So that's quite pleasing. But it's still a very lovely day, and we're going to walk along. Where we're going to walk along to
the islands in the Ness.
The Ness Islands, and maybe across to the Botanical Gardens for a cup of coffee.
Absolutely.
Sounds good.
Does indeed.
I know when I was here with my parents in 1974, I particularly enjoyed finding the Ness Islands and the suspension bridges that link the islands to the main embankment. So we'll see if we can find those and carry on enjoying a nice walk in this wonderful September weather. Just following the River Ness along the embankment just outside the city centre, or barely outside the city centre. Very good views of the cathedral, which I think is dedicated to St Andrew, which is on the what do you call that then? Must be the western bank. And there's quite a pleasant breeze, which is just stopping it getting from too hot. It's very pleasant for walking about in, and the breeze is just taking a little bit of the heat away. And you're saying that the Great Glen Way finishes here, one of the long distance walks?
Yes.
Finishes here? Yeah.
Starts in Fort William.
Starts in Fort William and ends at the castle?
Yeah.
Yeah? Just reading the plaque here, we've arrived at the Botanical Gardens, and they're named after Nurse Edith Cavell, born in Norfolk, but I know she went to school in Peterborough, and she was worked as a nurse during the First World War and was executed for helping soldiers to escape, executed by the Germans in October 1915. So the gardens are named in her honour. Again, it's not clear why in particular Inverness has chosen to do that. I mean, no reason why not. So the Ness Islands are up ahead, and I think somewhere beyond the Ness Islands you get to the point where the Caledonian Canal sort of runs alongside the River Ness and then joins up with the River Ness. And the Caledonian Canal ultimately means there is a link between the east coast and the west coast, because it obviously links the River Ness with Loch Ness, and then there are further sections of the Caledonian Canal further west, so that if you had the right sort of craft, you could get from the east coast to the west coast and vice versa.
After it goes out of Loch Ness, there's, I think, a little more canal, and then there's Loch Lochy, and it goes through Loch Lochy.
Loch Lochy.
Loch Lochy.
So good they named it twice.
Absolutely.
We just recovered from laughing at my Loch Lochy joke. So good they named it twice. But go on, and then you get to, what is it, Neptune's
Steps, which are a series of locks that go down at Fort William.
Okay. Yeah. So is it the steps or staircase?
Well, I think you're right. I think it's the Neptune staircase.
The Neptune staircase.
Yes.
But we've not seen that, have we?
No.
Well, perhaps you have.
No,
I haven't.
No, I haven't.
I've never seen that.
One day.
We've crossed over the small branch of the River Ness onto one of the Ness Islands, and the main part of the river is still very wide and rapidly flowing. And there are some men, well, I think they're men, they may not be. There are some men in the water, so we assume they're fishing. I mean, they may not be, but we think they're fishing. So what would they be fishing for? Salmon? Maybe?
Yeah, I don't know whether it's... I would have thought so. It's September,
Salmon?
isn't it?
Yeah. I think we go over the suspension bridge, little pedestrian suspension bridge. Yeah. Pamela's made a little bit of an observation. She's slightly underwhelmed by the size of the islands. You thought they were going to be a little bit bigger than this, didn't you?
Yeah.
But we're on to the sort of the second of these islands. Oh, there's some midges. I can spot midges. Wee beasties. Yeah, it's not unpleasant through here.
Oh, no,
But you were slightly disappointed that they're a wee bit on the small size. So you'd have Would you prefer something a bit bigger?
Yeah, well, this is a bit bigger, this one, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
So,
I think
yeah.
so. Yeah.
Pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, but I mean, size isn't everything, is it?
No,
So,
very true.
so, you know, you've got quality here. I think you've got quality.
You do.
Yeah. I'm really enjoying the walk through here. It's lovely, lovely. It's a lovely day, lovely autumn day, very mild. Oh, very, very warm, really. And I know when I was 11 years old, I enjoyed finding these islands in the middle of the river, and absolutely fascinated by it, and thoroughly enjoyed it. And it's not disappointing today. Yeah, one or two trees just starting to change colour as we head into the autumn. We keep spotting the signs for the Great Glen Way. So Pamela's getting more and more excited about doing that. And we're going to try and find the Botanical Gardens, which I think are across here somewhere.
Yeah.
And well, we'll have a little bit of time there, but we're keen now for a little sit down and a cup of tea or a cup of coffee or something of that nature. Yeah. Pamela said she'd treat me, which is even better.
Yeah.
Even better when you're going to be treated. It's good.
Yeah, I could think.
Very pleasant walk around the Botanical Gardens, and I like this section here, which is a mixture of some beautiful flowers, still in flower. I don't know whether they're a type of dahlia, but then there's obviously things in here that it's like a kitchen garden, things that one can eat, including the nasturtiums and types of sort of lettuce of different sorts. There's obviously runner beans, sunflowers, and there's a fruit of some sort there, type of apple. They're very sheltered, very protected in this area as well, so I should think things are thriving nicely. And some magnificent cacti in here. Oh, it's lovely and warm, and it's got that lovely warm, scented, humid feeling. Probably be a bit too warm for us after a while. Oh yeah, it's good. Lovely collection of all sorts of different cacti and succulent plants, and these ones I always think of these as people often have these money plants or money trees, I think they call them usually, but Crassula ovata is the technical name. They always look so otherworldly, don't they, cacti? They're obviously designed for the terrain in which they live, and that's a type of sedum.
That's amazing.
Cascading down there. Hello. Is this Sansevieria? Is that right? Mother-in-law's tongue,
yes,
it's sometimes
yes.
called, isn't it?
Yes, indeed.
Oh, these are the carnivorous plants. They've got a connection of carnivorous plants, so different sorts. So they're designed to give off a scent particularly attractive to flies, and then they they capture the insects deep inside and consume them. And there is the Venus flytrap is quite well known. Children always find those fascinating, don't they, the carnivorous plants. So that's strawberry guava. So I guess that's this one.